I used to work night shifts at a 24-hour supermarket on the outskirts of town. It wasn't glamorous, but the money was decent, and I liked silence. Most of the nights, it was just me and one other guy named Curtis who handled stock in the back. I manned the register, cleaned up, and kept an eye on the cameras. For weeks, nothing out of the ordinary ever happened. Just the occasional drunk customer or someone buying milk at 3 a.m. But then, the man in aisle 7 started showing up. It was always between 2:30 and 2:45 a.m. I'd glance at the security monitor and see him, tall, thin, and unnaturally stiff, standing at the very end of aisle 7, completely still. He wore a beige trench coat and a black fedora, and he never moved while on camera. I mean, never. No shifting, no breathing, nothing. The first time I saw him, I thought maybe it was just a lost customer. But when I walked to aisle 7 to ask if he needed help, no one was there. Just rows of cereal boxes and silence. I went back to the camera feed. Empty. I told Curtis, and he just laughed it off. Man, you've been watching too many creepypasta videos. But it kept happening. Every night. Same time, same aisle, same stiff posture. One time, I stared directly at the monitor, not blinking, just watching him. I called Curtis over. "Tell me you see that." He looked and said, "See what?" The man was right there on the screen, clear as day, and yet Curtis swore he saw nothing. Then came the night I made a mistake. I left the camera view open and called out. Just joking, really. "Hey, you need help finding something in aisle 7? He moved. Not like a normal person, more like a frame skip. One moment at the end of the aisle, the next halfway down it, the next right at the corner. I froze. He was just outside of the camera's view now, somewhere near the cold drinks, and just out of my line of sight from the register. I turned the corner slowly, holding a mop like a weapon. No one. I walked down aisle 7, heart racing. It felt cold. The air smelled like something left in the fridge too long. I turned the last corner and felt something brush the back of my neck. I swung around. Empty. But on the floor near the end of the aisle was a black fedora. I never touched it. I just clocked out early and told the manager I was sick. Curtis said he never saw anything that night. A week later, I quit. But before I left, I checked the camera logs. The footage of that night was corrupted, except for one still frame saved on the server. It showed me, standing alone in aisle 7. But in the reflection of the freezer glass behind me, a tall figure in a beige coat, standing inches from my back. When you work night shifts as a hospital security guard, silence becomes your routine. I was stationed in a dim booth with a row of old monitors. My job? Watch empty halls, log hourly rounds, and respond to alarms. Most nights were uneventful, until Wednesday. At 2:17 a.m., camera 13, the one covering the closed maternity wing, flickered. That camera hadn't worked since the floor was shut down for renovations. But for 2 seconds, it came alive. A woman stood in the hallway. She wore a soaked hospital gown, her hair matted over her face. Then, static. I rewound the footage. Nothing, just black. I dismissed it as a glitch. But the next night, same time, 2:17, the camera lit up again. This time, the woman was standing closer, her mouth open like she was screaming, but no sound came through. I asked around. The janitor, Troy, paled when I mentioned camera 13. "That's where Amanda died," he said. "A nurse, attacked by a patient. She bled out trying to crawl for help. Nobody heard her." The maternity wing was abandoned soon after. That night I tuned into Channel 3, an unused frequency linked to old hospital comms. I don't know why. Curiosity, maybe. The speaker hissed with static, then a faint voice whispered, "David." It was my name, repeated over and over, soft, sad. "David, you didn't come." I ripped the speaker cord from the wall and backed away. The screen turned black. I spent the rest of my shift walking halls instead of sitting at the desk. At 2:15, near the closed maternity wing, I heard footsteps behind me, slow, dragging steps, but no one was there. Just a faint red stain on the tile, the one no one ever fully scrubbed away. I resigned the next morning. A week later, I got a voicemail, no caller ID, just static, and then a whisper, "You left me again."